Chase. We're about to announce the winners of the WRLDS Hackathon, which has been going for the last 2 weeks. So let's welcome to the hot seat, Maja and Felix.
Oh yeah.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Happy to be back here in the studio.
Yeah, right. It's been ages for you both, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, real cool. So you've been busy working out how to score the hackathon entries in the last couple of weeks, and you had entries from all over the world. Tell us about that, Felix.
Yeah, it was super exciting. We were a bit worried because, I mean, we're still sort of a small player in this field. So when we launched the hackathon, we did not know who was going to show up. And now we had teams in, I think, 7 or 8 different countries participating. And we've come up with some pretty fun things. So we're super excited to show it here today.
Let's start with Frester.
Yes.
Okay, so Frester is like the game Flappy Bird. You're supposed to keep a ball rolling on top of blocks without falling between. You bounce the WRLDS ball so that the ball in the game bounces to keep on top of blocks.
So starting the game, we'll see if I can manage. You can see we're rolling around. Ah, shit, I have to look at the phone. We're trying not to fall into these holes and probably not using this table. Of course, depending on how hard you hit it, you will jump differently high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Cool.
Good job.
Well done, Frester. Okay.
William von Heland says awesome. Robert Mitchell says that's awesome. And that's an awesome game. Well done, devs.
Yeah, bravo. Bravo, Team Frester.
Really great job.
All right, so the next game is Play Physics. It's a game to teach kids physics, a gamified physics lesson about Newton's 3 laws.
Here we can see a YouTube clip where you can get a little bit of theory. You get some written theory as well, where you can actually see, what is happening, how does gravity work, and so on. When you start bouncing, you enter this area where you basically count bounces, but you also have, you can see above the blue circle here, how much force I was actually putting into the bounce.
All right, and a review clue also says, love the idea of having the educational style of the game. All right, so let's move into the next game. It's called Love Bounce. You and a friend install the game on your phone. When you bounce the WRLDS ball, you send love messages to your friend.
Our phones are now connected, and when I bounce the ball, it'll say love sent.
So I received a notification that says, I love you, and it made a small sound. And yeah, I really love this idea. I mean, I'm imagining a parent having this app and the child bouncing the ball at home, sending love messages to the mom, or your spouse or your best friend. Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. It's really good.
All right, so the next game is called Beat Ball, and it's an AR game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can choose from different AR effects, like a fireball and a water splash. What are we seeing on the screen on the AR?
We are seeing, of course, the floor. We're seeing fire, because that's what I chose.
Can we show it to the camera a little bit?
There's fire on the floor.
And of course, I mean, there's a connection here to the ball, so.
Ooh. Oh, cool.
So one thing that happens when you start bouncing is, of course, sound effects. It says bam, so sort of you add a beat to the music. And also the effects, you start getting these fire attacks coming on the screen. Does it work?
Yeah.
It shows pretty good. It's really cool, and it's such an amazing job. I just have to say, for a hackathon to go into doing that in such short amount of time, because this is kind of one of the things where we know there is a lot of possibilities and a lot of potential. But it's just amazing to see someone do that and do it so well.
Very cool. And the next one's kind of music orientated too. It sounds like WRLDS Dance.
Oof.
It's Guitar
Definitely
Hero.
mic for this one.
Guitar Hero with dance moves. You throw the world's ball back and forth between your hands while trying to follow the beat.
We're actually having sort of it's how do you call it? A tutorial.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's moving without me for the first 10-15 seconds. But you get the general idea. I should try to do the bounce or the throw. Now I'm on. When the arrows reach the line.
I really liked about this game is we use the ball in a different way. So the other games we have seen, we actually bounce the ball on the floor, kind of. But in this game, we are throwing the ball between the hands, and it creates a totally different movement, and it makes us use both hands equally and the body, and you have to be really concentrated when doing that. And of course, you can use your eyes to see where the arrows are. And if you hear this sound later on when you play it at home, you can get a little bit help from the sound as well, and it's a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, so now we're looking at World's Pets. And this is, first we connect directly. We enter the game just like that. This is sort of a modern take on the old Tamagotchi, for all of you out there who were stuck with Tamagotchi back in the day. What we want to do is make sure that he stays active and, keep him, going. That way the ball will know that we're taking care of it, we're showing some love, we're minding, we're building up happiness again. There are different rooms. We can enter the bathtub. Of course, also little Hello World's balls need to clean themselves up, especially after a rough day out in the streets. So in this room you'll go and have a bath, get clean again, trying to keep these bars at the very top. Same thing, we go into the kitchen. He needs to eat, or she, it. Let's call it it.
They
They need to eat. A fun little feature here is that you can change what your character is eating.
And like I said, really nice graphics. Again,
Yeah.
so impressed. This is a lot of work, in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
And obviously there's always more to be done, but that's really close to a first version of a game, that could be published. That's incredibly good.
It's very, very nice.
All right.
So welcome to Fish Cage. Now you can see a little fish fella going off and a little other fish fella. When I bounce, I catch them. And the bigger one will not be, enough with just one bounce. So I have to start getting more and more intense, and again, this is becoming more difficult as it goes. We have a clock counting down. I'm down to 5 seconds now. I'm actually getting quite a good score here because I'm cheating and doing it on the chair like this. Voila. Yeah, it's very activity based. So again, goes very well with what we are looking for, what the company is sort of aiming for, getting people to not be stuck, with their screen sitting like this, doing something, maybe eating a candy, I don't know, to actually moving around. Yeah. You don't need to go to the gym to be more healthy and to be more happy. Doing this a few minutes a day will actually get you a little bit sweaty, get your brain to start working again, and maybe bring out some creativity.